the unit encased in it. The 12-volt conversion by Cowfish.
Starlink on. Hey guys, quick pause from our regular lap content to bring you a special on the new Starlink Mini. I hope you enjoy. Regular service resumes next weekend.
Thanks to the support of our partners, 4x4 Extras Wangara, JB Caravans, TC Boxes, and Petters Suspension and Brakes.
We're here to talk Starlink today. Now I'm here with Robbie from Click Data and Wi-Fi. Here on my right hand side here is the Starlink Gen 2 dish that I've had for a little while now. Here's the router, and we've purchased the barbecue arm kit so we could have that installed above the Caravan. We have had an issue for about the last 3 weeks. So we were traveling through the Eyre Peninsula, and then we went down into Deep Creek National Park and it stopped working. So we had dropouts. It was intermittent at the time, but it has got progressively worse the weeks preceding that. And we took the ferry across to Kangaroo Island and kaput, it stopped working. Now we believe the root of the problem is this cable here. Now for this to work with a caravan touring setup for us, we have to constantly move it in and out of the canopy. So when we get to camp, we've got this big box, we open it up, on with the barbecue arm, and then when we do day trips, national parks, full driving, we pack it all back down, put it in the canopy. It's there for emergencies. So pretty cumbersome, but it has done the job for us. But I think with all that wear and tear moving around, the cable has been compromised over time. So we're on Kangaroo Island. Kate and I are thinking, what can we do? We've got videos to upload, put a couple of calls out to people on the island with no avail, and came across Robbie's number. So for Click Data and Wi-Fi, he's based in South Australia and super helpful, like was talking us through lots of different options. Now, one option for us was simply to get a new cable or replace the Starlink unit. I must say, I have put in a support ticket with Starlink and they've been really helpful. So they've been great and offered to replace this unit. But with this happening, it did give us an opportunity to have a bit of a think about, is there a better option, better solution? And quick chat with Robbie, and it was pretty obvious that there is a better alternative for us. Many of you will be aware that Starlink has released its mini device. I don't know the date, but it's been around for, what, 6 months or so, would you say?
In Australia.
Yep.
It was released in the US 6 months beforehand, and everyone was rushing to get it. So, but yeah, no, it's a great little unit.
Have a look at the size differential just there. So this side of the table here is what we've had previously. And then on the left here, look at the size difference, it's amazing. So,
and the router's inbuilt into the dish as well. So it's a complete all-in-one internet solution. So
absolutely. Yeah. So that avoids a lot of the challenges in terms of where do you put your router. So we've had to, the solution for us is we crack a window and we have to put the cable through the window and kind of squish it in, put the router somewhere awkwardly on a desk, on a table. So it's not the greatest solution, but you know, it has done what we need it to. But yeah, this is a lot more compact. Now you've created a product specifically for the Starlink, haven't you?
Yes, so we've got our what we're calling the Click X mounts for both the Starlink Mini and the Gen 3 standard dish. These are designed to go on vehicles or caravans on a flat surface. We specifically designed them for the Rhino platform to make it easy for four-wheel drivers and stuff like that, but we've also got a base plate that goes with it, so we can mount it to any flat surface and modify that for any railings or anything like that as well. It's full aluminium, there's no plastic parts to this. We've tested it extensively on my ute on the four-wheel drive, and we travel all over the place and haven't had an issue with it with Wi-Fi or anything. And the distance we get from it from the ute is about 40 meters before it starts dropping out. This mount won't move pretty much.
Awesome.
Yeah, and we're going to mount it on the canopy, which will provide Wi-Fi all through the caravan and through the ute while you're driving as well.
So that's a big plus as well. Now there were some changes made by Starlink recently as well that enable the existing or all their dishes to be mobile ready essentially. I know some people that have mounted this onto their caravans and they use it in motion, but I wouldn't say it's particularly a great solution because the poles, you know, can break and things like that. But yeah, to have now the ability to have in motion is a huge game changer for travelers like us, people for driving, because we often have to download offline maps on Google. So we work out where we're going to go, we have to download all that, and sometimes you get dropouts and it doesn't work. So this will mean when we're off-roading and trying to find that cool destination and that track, we should technically have connectivity all the time.
Absolutely.
Which is really cool. And the weight saving as well, I don't have a straight comparison, but this is heavy. It's a big heavy box that we've got to lug around. We've got this heavy pole as well, and then we've got the barbecue arm. I mean, this is a good product, but it's all weight. And when you're caravanning and touring, every kilo counts. So this is going to save us, I would say, at least 5 kilos.
Yeah, and the option of having a fixed Wi-Fi unit where you don't have to unpack anything, it's just there working, is excellent. So the Mini definitely is taking over. The Gen 3 standard has a bit more stability in terms of connection, but that's really if you're doing more business on the road stuff. But this suffices. We're driving along about 200 plus megabits per second, so you're never going to use that.
No. So, and we probably were getting comparative speeds when this is working properly anyway. I guess the benefit of the traditional setup is, you know, it's moving to find that best connection all the time. Do you find that that's an issue with this dish?
No, because with the amount of satellites that SpaceX is putting up there now, the tilt and orientation is definitely not an issue with the roam. I mean, when you've got a residential package, if you've got snow, the tilt and angle is important, but yeah, you won't notice anything with the flat mount regardless of which direction you're traveling.
Awesome. So this is what you produce?
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about it?
So it's designed specifically for the Mini. For flat mounting, it's 3mm aluminium. With it being lightweight aluminium and folded, it's extremely strong. Awesome. And it's powder coated, so it's going to hold up in the weather. Great. No problems whatsoever. Once it's all locked down, it won't move. It's a solid kit and we're very proud of this.
So today we're going to take you through the install process, putting the Mini on top of the canopy, as Robbie said before. I've given an extra challenge, which is I want to be able to power this via the Caravan as well as the car. So its primary power source will be a 100 amp hour lithium battery that we have in the Ranger. But when we're at camp or we're not doing a lot of driving, I want the ability to be able to power that from our big battery system that we've got in the Caravan. So you come up with a cool solution. So
we've just quickly 3D printed out a cable reel. There's an immense amount of cable that comes with the Mini.
It is obviously a 12 volt unit, but some people think you can just sort of plug these straight into USBs and power them up. Is that
you can, but you will get failure across this cable because of the length of it. Because if you put 12 volt directly into that, it's going to increase the amps to about 5 amps. So across a long cable like this, you're going to get voltage drop, and then it's not going to perform well. So our advice is to get a proper 12 volt conversion. The Cowfish Cosmo is probably the best on the market, and we only supply that with our installs. Cowfish brings the voltage up to the recommended input voltage, which is 30 volts with 2 amps. So it will run much more efficiently, and it will power across the cable with no problems whatsoever.
If anyone is interested in buying any of these products, how do they get in touch with you?
They're all available via our website at clickdatawifi.com.au. That'll all be there. Any questions though, welcome to contact us.
And the work you're doing today, is it more of a DIY job? Can people do it themselves, or would you recommend a professional like yourself sort of assist with the installation?
Because we're fully insured with all the installs we do, so if anything goes wrong, God forbid, like with waterproofing or anything like that, you can call us and we fix it and replace it, and everything's fully insured. DIY, you got to be careful. If things come flying off and hit someone, you're in a bit of strife.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, contact the experts. We'll drop Robbie's details in the description below so you can reach out, but let's jump into the install. I didn't know there was a cleaning service involved here, Robbie. Done the base plate, Robbie. What's the next step?
Waterproof entry.
Oh, okay.
So got to go through the roof with the cable.
Nice.
You want it as waterproof as possible, and then bolting this down.
Okay.
So that's the unit encased in it.
Looks good.
It's as solid as anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. No wiggles.
Robbie's just seeing the best way to run the cable through the canopy. We've got our hole here. So just going to come in next to the power box there. Just need to work out where we're going to install our spool. This will ensure that we've got no water that can get into the canopy at all. Everything's sealed, Sikaflexed. So yeah, it's going to be watertight, which is great. I'm going to have to do it from your side, I reckon. Yep. There we go. Business.
Extra UV protection for the Starlink cable.
Yep.
It's not the best cable for Australian sun.
Yep.
So any addition to keep it out of the sun will make it last a lot longer.
Okay, so Starlink dish is installed, it's on the roof, it's all weatherproof, which is awesome. So now we're working on sort of cable management and power.
So this is the 12 volt conversion by Cowfish. This is the Cosmo for the Mini. We're just going to put an Anderson plug on that, so it gets maximum amperage and doesn't lose any voltage.
And then the other challenge is where do we put it? Because it's quite busy on one side of my canopy. I've got the fridge there, I've got the battery box, I've got other stuff. So we're thinking it might work to do it on the alternative side here. There is some nice space here for winding cable up. I think Robbie's going to have to jump in. More exercise, mate, I'm afraid.
That's all right.
From one hot space to another.
Yeah.
So the plan is to go into this pillar on the driver's side. Got the little Cosmo system at the top, so I'll just have one little power cable to unplug when I want to connect it to the van, and the rest of the time when it's connected on the car battery. So nice simple solution.
Working the abs out. I haven't felt work for a while.
Final step, we've got our cable winder that Robbie has manufactured. This is the prototype.
Starlink on.
Green button, it's always a good sign. Nice and neat installation there. Very easy for me to simply unplug this connection here and I can unspool, run it to the van. Well, Robbie, thank you so much for your help, mate. We really appreciate it. Guys, this will be a big game changer for us because we could drive, have internet connection wherever we are, off-road tracks. It's going to be great. We've just tested it inside the van. It's connected to the battery on the car and it's all good. And as we showed before, so easy to connect up now to the van if we want to power it. If you guys are interested and if you're in South Australia, reach out to Robbie at Click Data and Wi-Fi. I'll drop his details in the description. And yeah, all the products are on the website.
We do everything in relation to Starlink mounting. So we do the Gen 3 standard mounts as well in the flat. And we also do residential installs, business, caravans, vehicles, anything you can think of, we'll mount it to it.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
You guys are on camera. Mark's just showing that we can FaceTime in the car.
So that was our first test of the new Starlink Mini whilst driving, and Kate was able to do a little FaceTime to her folks back in Perth.
Yeah, it was pretty cool while we were in motion.
Yeah, so it was all working good. Obviously haven't tested it at any major speed. We were just pottering around town, but all seems to be working well.
And what will be cool is, you know, we do have a habit to just go for a meander, and sometimes, you know, reception will drop out. So we'll actually be able to see, you know, if we need to, what there is to see nearby or where that track leads to, whatever.
Okay, we're en route to our next camp destination. We're testing out the Starlink Mini at speed. So I'm going 90 kilometers an hour. We're getting 118 megabytes download. And what's the upload speed? Okay. 16 megabytes upload as well. That's really good. Obviously, if there's tree coverage, that will impact the speeds, but man, that's fast enough to run our apps. It's fast enough for a video call, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, really impressive. So the final question you might have is what sort of speeds we're getting inside the caravan when we're stationary. So let's have a look now. So 145 megabytes a second. Seems to be around the 30 megabytes a second. Yep, so we're getting 145 megabytes a second download and 28 megabytes a second upload. that's pretty impressive. That's on par, if not better, than speeds we were getting with the Gen 2 unit that we had previously. So really happy with that. And obviously we've got all the additional practicalities of it being mobile now. So yeah, really happy, guys. Behind us here on the right-hand side is the Starlink
Gen 2.
This is gonna be fun. Sorry. Don't worry, edit it. So we believe the root of the problem is the cable here. That's right. Good catch.
That was going.
Good reaction.
Yeah.
Good reactions. Yeah, we believe another car.
Yes.
Normally we choose better locations for this, but you kind of need the van. And awesome. But someone can contact you and buy the whole.
Yep, we have them available on our website as well for sale.
So I'll do that one more time.
Yeah.
So it's the worst timing. And that's the bit I do want people to hear.
I don't even hear it because I'm too trying to black out from doing this.
Me looking like a squash frog.